Thanks for following, gamer. Siente. What's up, guys? Gotta pop this bottle open. Doing good, man. It's getting crazy over here. Central time also. Yeah, I live in the bottom of Wisconsin, Illinois border. Oh, that's right. I left that crank on there. It's hitting the bottom. Yeah, I got lucky. We're not lucky, but I got smart and just changed out I had braid on here. I just changed it out with mono. This is my Narga setup. 22 kilo, clear, heavy line, mono, 23.1 kg. Fluorocarbon leader that I made as long as it could possibly be on the Super Duty. It's the 24.3 kg one for both, and the other one's the same thing, just with the alpha. Yeah, I wish I would have switched to mono a long time ago. I wasn't thinking. And I use that heavy leader just for the pike, because if you get a hold of a pike that's big enough, it'll snap that shit. When I was still using those 7.5 kilo reels, I got a hold of one, and I think I was using a 17.5 kilo fluoroliter, and he bit right through the fucking thing. So I figure at 23 kilos, they're not going to be able to bite through it. Yep, there we go. There's that DP crank going. You usually get hits on the turns here. Like when you turn, the big turns on the end of this. So like on this side and on this side, when you're doing the big loops around, or especially here, you usually get hits on that. Yep. And sometimes I'll just dead stop and I'll get hits. Like I'll just stop trolling and I'll get a hit doing that. Because I've actually sat here before. Like I stopped trolling because I was doing something on my phone, and like 30 seconds later I looked up and one of my rods was bent over. That's the only problem with that 8 crank. It's sometimes it's hard to tell if there's a fish on there or not because it's the way it's bent. Yeah, I'm trying to save up for a conventional 20 kg conventional reel setup because of that. The ability to switch the gear ratio on it and lift like really big fish out of the water. I figure once I get 2 of those, I'll be pretty much set. Then I can have the Narga in the middle. And then after that, it's basically going to the 27 kilo or whatever it is. Next one. So one thing I noticed though, it's like for spin fishing, you really don't have a lot of options as far as really big fish go. I mean, I know everybody fishes the sturgeons on bottom feeders, and I guess catfish are for the spinners, because I don't even know if you can catch the biggest sturgeon on spinning rods. I'm in a mission right now. I'm in a mission right now to find a pike spot in Mosquito. So in Mosquito, oh, they changed it. I keep wanting to say stuff about Mosquito and Winding Rivulet, but they changed those fucking maps, man. You know, because I spent a lot of time in those places, and I know, you know, I know, I used to know, or I know that the way they used to be, there were certain things that I was doing, but I kind of seen the way they laid out the new Mosquito. It's kind of like the old one, only they added that big section on the bottom right to the lake, so they kind of just added some more land, so that way the fish could actually run all the way. Because in the old days, you know, you get a big carp, if you had enough line, they'd run to the other side of the lake and you would just stand there and they couldn't do anything. They would just sit there on the other edge of the lake. It was so funny. But now they made it, they gave it that long piece, so now the carp can actually run far enough away that you have to chase them down. I was like, whatever, man. But what I used to do for pike there, where is it? Yeah. Was those tiny spoons that you get, or that they tell you to get? These actually work there really well. I don't know about now, but when I was fishing, these tiny spoons were like crazy good. So I don't know. They could. Ooh. Oh, I didn't change the. I need to change that. And I think I was just doing like the speed up retrieval. So like, put it at like 16 to 13 reel speed, and then do the hold shift on the after like 3 or 4 reels, hold shift and get the speed up, and then let it go once the speed up goes away. The pike are pretty aggressive in that fucking lake. I'll try them out and see if I can. And I'm low level still. Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, you gotta be careful. Because the pike in there actually get decent size. I've thought about, like, I've gone after pike here before at Volkhov, and I did pretty well. There's a spot actually down that way where my boat is pointing right now. There's a spot down there. There's a big log. When you go around that spot, man, the pike always hit there. I caught 2 1 kg and 1.2 kg pikes so far. That's good. At the low level, though, you got to be using them steel leaders. I don't know how you must be using a steel leader to catch them at that low level. Otherwise, you'd be getting broken off. Gotta keep forgetting to reduce that drag. Just down to 26. Sucks because I got to turn my alpha into the workshop here soon. Because my alpha's got like, yeah, 17% wear on it already on the friction brake. That's from using braid, man. That's why I was pissed off, because I've been using braid for like the past 2 weeks. here, and I could have just been using mono. Would have saved me some money. Because I already put the Narga and the Alpha into the workshop last week. God, I had to wait forever for that Narga to come out of there. And it cost me like 700 silver. Thank you guys. I've got 27 for HSV, but won't be able to use it. Sad day. The hell is HSV? How much money do I have? I'm at 2641, 2,641 right now. Got a while to go. Oh. I could have sworn I just heard drag going. What's this set to? Oh no, that needs to be at 27. Oh man, I'm going the wrong direction. Because that DP crank, you always want to keep the DP crank on the inside. So when you're going around circles in here, it's always in the deep spot. Whereas the chargers could be a little shallower because they don't go as deep. I gotta switch around. I gotta turn around. Another pike. And that one day I was in here, I think you were there too, gamer. Because I think you were complaining about how many pike were biting that day. And God, I was catching shit tons of pike out of these holes here. Because they're supposed to be a nuisance and a nemesis and not actually. Ooh, my bad. Didn't realize there was a fish on there. But it actually ended up being a really good day because pike are actually worth better money than I thought they were. I thought they were worse than Atlantic salmon, but Atlantic salmon are actually cheaper than pike are. Couldn't believe that. You'd think the Atlantic salmons would be worth way more than pike. I don't know, maybe people were just farming them too much at one point in the game, so they lowered it. There we go, that's definitely a rod going. Oh, that's that DP crank. As soon as I put it in the deep spot. What's a good fish, too? This is probably a 5 kilo fish. Oh, ho, 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 nice sander. Eee. The only problem I got is if I get a catfish using this crank. That's one thing I don't like about it. You still with us, gamer? Oh, there goes my other one. Yeah. Stupid perch. He must not be. Oh, goes it again. What clip am I using? I'm not using the clip at all. I've been trolling for like 3 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks now across between Corey and Volkhov, and I just know how far to throw it. What I do is like is if the fishing, so I'm gonna throw it kind of short. And if the fishing isn't that great, I'll let the line out more and see if far the line works. Sometimes it just doesn't matter. Like right now, I don't think it really fucking matters right now. I use the longest leader length you could possibly use on your rig. So you can see it's the 60 centimeter length. I've always done that. I just feel like I just feel like that if that much fluorocarbon's there, that the fish has a better bite rate. It's how I feel. It doesn't mean it's true. It just makes me feel better. So like with this lure, I know I can full throw and then stop it, and it's gonna be short. Whereas like the DP crank, I have to be careful because I can throw it pretty far. Come on, man, get him. Yeah, because there are days where the short and the long has mattered. It's not normal. Put it that way. It's not normal. I really haven't had to mess with it that much. There was like a couple days in the game where I actually had to like screw around with the length. Because normally what I do is I do the 10 meter and the 8 meter hole. So normally I come around here, I come up through here, and then right here at the top of this, where it's like 6 feet right here, I turn around right here, and I usually get pretty decent fish in this little hole right here for some reason. Because I'll come up and I'll turn around, and like I said before to other people that were watching, whenever you do a big turn when you're trolling, and that inside, and this inside, so like right here, see, oh shit, never mind, I got the other one going. Nope, I gotta stop. Another big fish. Come on, baby. What the hell is this? Watch. What's been happening to me with these big fish is I'll get them up. Like, I'll get them up to the surface pretty easily. And then once I get them on the surface, they take off like crazy. Oh, I didn't notice. There he goes. There he goes. Saucy in game chat. Whoop. Oh, you are saucy in game chat. Oh, I got you. I think I'm gonna have to chase this guy. Might be another 12K-er. Oops, shouldn't have picked it up so early. Is he running back toward me now? Hold on. Yeah, I feel stupid because I was using braid for a long time, and I was only using 100 meters of it because of cost. And I had to alt F4 a couple times because of that. The fish just kept running, and it was going to pull up my line out, so I said, fuck it, I just alt F4. Plus, braid wears the shit out of your gear faster. So going to mono, like I said, I already have put both these reels in the workshop once before and paid a bunch of money. And if I just would have been using mono all this time, I probably wouldn't even had to have done it until like today or something. So everybody's like, oh, you got to use braid when you're trolling, you know, or spin fishing. And I get the idea behind it because you can cast farther. But if you're trolling, you know, you do want the extra line in case you get something big and it's going to run on you. Because sometimes when you're trolling, like troll speeding after them like this, if they're big enough, they'll run, and they'll run way faster than your boat can go. There are times where I've had to like put the rod down and then full speed ahead at the fish for like 20 or 30 seconds and then stop and then pick up the rod and reel all the line back up and then hope the fish doesn't come off. You know, but now that I've moved over to mono, I think I got like 170 yards or meters on this now. So I got a better fighting chance now. Plus the wear, it's not going to wear my stuff down as hard. So yeah, if you can switch to mono, switch to mono. It's definitely better than braid. I actually had to sit here and do the math on it too to see how much I was going to, you know, how much line I was going to be able to put on and all that stuff. Like based on the diameter and all that shit. Oh, I need to. This is probably another 12 kilo. Yeah, between here and Kiori is actually pretty decent too. I wasn't making as much as I am here, but Kiori is actually not too bad. The only thing that sucks about Kiori is you have to watch your boat a lot more because you have to move a lot if you're doing the full circle like I do there. You're constantly moving your boat and readjusting, so that's the only thing that sucks about it. I mean, right now I'm doing the 10-meter hole, so I am there too. But if I'm just doing if I'm going between the 8 and 10-meter hole, this is actually way easier. Yeah, that's what I said. I got the weekly record 2 weeks ago on the Kiori Char. He's on my statistics. Over at Kiori, using them purple Akali 7-gram spinners. But yeah, he's my most expensive fish. That's why he's in my statistics still. He's not my biggest. he's my worst, the most silver fish. Finally. So when they wanna bullshit you like this and try to put you in like the corner here, I always just stop and wait. Because what they're trying to do is to get you going to land and then turn the wrong way and then run the other fucking way. It's the way they program these fish to do it. That's why I just stopped my boat now. I used to chase them and they would always, whoa, motherfucker. Oh, I have it maxed out. Oh my God, I'm so lucky I didn't break nothing. Holy shit, my drag was maxed. Oh my God, I should have lost that. I should have broke my reel or something. Oh my God, I'm so lucky I didn't break my shit. Wow. Oh. Oh, I should have broke my shit. There he goes. Now he's running the right way. All right, so now I put this down. Start the boat up again, then go. See, it's better just to sit there and wait. Just sit there and wait and watch where they're gonna go. Like I said, I used to run after them and not stop moving, and I would turn left or right, and they would always go the opposite way. And sometimes you'll see them go left or right, and and then you turn in that direction, and then once you do, they turn the other direction and go the other way. It's so annoying. This is probably another 12 kilo, I would think. I gotta fix this reel though. It's at 17% drag, so you lose 1 kilogram of friction brake per 10%. Every 10%. Or like that. I'm not sure if it does or not. Like, I mean, if I turn my rod like this, I'm putting a lot of pressure on him anyway. So if you want to do it that way, you can do it that way too. This is something I do, like I would do on my 7.5 reels and stuff like that. Just to make sure I can get the extra leverage to stop the fish. But yeah, you can just do it like this. Oh, he turned. He's right here. I'm gonna stop the boat. Stop the boat! I said stop, motherfucker! God damn it! Yeah, he's kind of dead. Oh no, a little life in him. No, what? Yeah, it's a big salmon. Woo! That's a good one. Come here, fatty. Yeah, 13. Look at that. Nice. Alright, time to get back and... no, you go to this side, buddy. And you go to this side. Yeah, the only time I stand up in the boat is if I'm gonna lure fish out of the boat. If I'm gonna actually throw and do retrievals, that's the only time I stand up in the boat. All right, here we go. The bite should be good right now because it's raining and it's cold. Wait, what's this at? Yeah, we need to move this to 27. And this needs to go back down to 26. I do that just so I can make sure the fish runs with the line. Because if I set my Narga to 29, most fish wouldn't even be able to pull a line out of it. And I like to be able to hear when they're running sometimes. Some people are like, oh no, I'm going to leave it at the max so they can't run and they can't take line out. But if you're trolling, you could turn around and catch up and all that stuff. Because if it's a dire situation, you could just put the rod down and then shift and, you know, full speed, turn around and go after the fish and then pick up the rod. Yeah, there's a chance you might lose the fish because the slack in the line, but, you know, it's better than losing line or breaking off or whatever, you know. That's what good old Alt F4 is for. Damn, Guinness just tastes better in a glass. Oh, there we go. All right, so like I was saying before, so when you do big turns, like say you're coming in through here and then you do a big turnaround, that inside rod is going to go dead basically because you're turning and you're not pulling that bait anymore. Like 99% of the time when I do that, I always get a hit there. Like I literally usually stare at that inside rod when I'm turning, doing that big turnaround, because I'm pretty sure a fish is going to hit it. So I might get one here. So like what I'm doing right now, this isn't as big of a turn, but oop, nothing that time. Like I said, it's most of the time. It's not all the time, but it's most of the time. And like I said, sometimes just hit J, let it come to a dead stop. Let's see if we get anything. They're sinking, they're sinking. I think that one's on the floor now. Nope, nothing. I get hit on the speed up. Sometimes I'll pick up the rod too, and I'll jerk the rod a couple times, and then put the rod back in. Sometimes I'll get a hit when I'm doing the jerk, and sometimes right after I put the rod back down, it'll get a hit. But like I'll do this, I'll slam, 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 and then put the rod down. And sometimes it'll go right after you're done doing that. Yeah, you can troll in mosquito too. So I mean, if you want to catch pike, that's what I'd be doing. I'd just be trolling around the edges of the map with the lure, with the rod in the thing. Ooh, here we go. Oh, that's a pike, man. I don't mind that though. Wish they were bigger, but it's good money. I'll take the money. Take the money and run. Let's see if we get it this time. I just caught a fish on there. Oh man, you're letting me down today. People are watching me and oh, there it goes. See? After that big turn, it just started pulling on the lure a little bit and it took off. Little fishy this time, but, you know, whatever. Yeah, it's definitely worth doing the trolling if you're catching the fish, right? Like if you're getting a good amount of, you're catching a good amount of pike versus the shoreline. If you're having a hard time on shoreline, you're not really catching shit, and you can get in a boat and start trolling around and start catching them on a normal basis, then it's always worth. Because there at Mosquito, I'm sure the boat cost is like $3, $3 silver a day or whatever it's gonna be. So. Or $3 silver for 5 day or whatever. Oh, shit. That was a good hit. And he didn't take, he's not that big. He took that rod down though. Oh. And I will take these pike. I didn't know it before, but the pike are worth more than the salmon are. It's crazy. You guys on the VK forums catching huge Atlantics north of the Big Island. Yeah. So that's like the new spot that everybody's hitting, and I'm not going over there. I tried it. So the other problem is that hole up there, that hole up in the north up there above the island is full of big ass catfish, and I repeat, I am not looking to hook into them fucking things. The biggest catfish I've gotten here so far was one, and it was 14, 15, 16 kilos. But in that hole up there, there's way bigger ones in that hole up there. Because you can look at the records. Because that's where everybody goes for these. Look, 120, 108. There's no way. There's no way I'm going up there. You're out of your fucking mind. Like, no. Because I went on RF Force Fishing Spots, the web page, and I saw people talking about going there and using snatchers and all that stuff there. But I was like, nah, man, I'm good. Because it's bad enough when you get a hold of like a 16 kg catfish. I got lucky because he came right up. Because if they don't, they are such a hard fighting fish. They tear your gear up, man. You don't have to exclusively grind. Yeah, I've learned my lesson with the catfish over the years. Hey, thanks for the follow, man. Bojangles. I feel like you were in here before once. Oh shit, I'm messing up my hole. That's alright, maybe we'll get a hit on the turn. Yeah, I'm 100% sure that, like, what was it, like 3 days ago or something, I was using this DP8 crank that I'm using right now on that Narga, and I must have hooked into a 20 kilo salmon or an 18 kilo, because it took off, and my Narga, even at 29, could not. It wasn't. It just kept going. It was screaming. Even with that Narga at 29 friction break, that the fucker was run. I was like, what the hell? I couldn't stop it. I couldn't do anything. It just popped off too. It didn't break nothing. The hook came out or something. It just came off. The fish got away. I was like, what the hell? But yeah, it was whatever it was big as hell. The Narga couldn't even handle it. That's why I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be crazy. I was ready for like an hour fight. So with that bonus grading, are the best options at my level? Yoko Hades? Is Yoko in here? No, I don't think. I don't know what kills me about this game is it's so easy to like forget or to not know that the more time you spend asking questions and like not fishing is like way more time you're just screwing yourself by not making money, right? Like I get it, like everybody needs to learn and everything like that. That's fine. We've all gone through that process, but like don't get hung up on stuff so much. Like if you're new to the game, do not get hung up on like all the little tit for tat things that are in this game. Like understand the basics of like how the line works and rods and all that stuff and the bait and hooks and stuff. And then just ask people where good spots are for whatever fish and look online and then fish your ass off. Because as soon as you stop fishing and making money, you're just losing. Like the amount of silver you're losing when you do that is like insane. It's like when I stopped doing this, I was making like 750 silver every 2 in-game days. So like every 2 hours, I was pulling in 760 silver. Well, I ran off and went to Sura and some other lake or in another place, and I wasn't really catching anything. And then I was fucking around with some gear and stuff. So like I must have missed out on like 714, 21, 28. So probably like 3,000 silver just fucking around. Like it's crazy how much you lose when you just stop making like catching fish, right? Like so now what I do is like I rush myself. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go do this, and I really think about what I'm gonna do, so I'm not having those big silver deficiencies or deficits in between doing things, right? I mean, if I gotta go bathroom or if I'm gonna make food or whatever, then I usually just log out or whatever. If I'm gonna like, oh, there we go. If I'm gonna make food or something, I just log out of the game. I don't even stay in because I feel like staying in like it's like I feel like I should be making silver because that's how much silver you're losing, you know. It didn't used to be like that though. Like I used to go to Kiori and make like 500 to 800 silver every in-game day in Kiori, and that was before the huge bite rate nerf that they did. Oh, there goes that one. I normally have this alpha set to 26 drag, but because it's got such a high wear on the friction brake, I got it set to 27. Yeah, I can't wait to hit level 26 because that opens up some new reels, baitcaster reels, but I'm saving up 16 grand for a conventional reel system, because the conventional baitcasters are the best for trolling because you can actually lift like the biggest fish in the game. That's what it's made for, because you switch the gear over to the low gear and it allows you to like just pull those big bastards out that don't want to move, so you can pull them up and get them out of the water. So that's why I was like, because I did some research because I'm like trying to figure out what the hell I want to upgrade to after these two. And that's what I'm going to do. The problem is that the bait casting stuff's always way more expensive than the spinning rod setups. Because I think I was looking at one, and like the spinning rod or the spinning reel was like 7,000 something, And for the same kg, the baitcaster, conventional baitcaster, was like 12,000 something. So yeah, you're paying a lot more. Yeah, this is a second account for me. Yep. My other account, I think my other account is Slinky B. Yeah, I think my other account is cursed. That's why I got out of it. I got sent to fishing prison on my other account, and I got out of there. But I feel like the devs had put like a reduced bite rate on that account or something, because after that happened, like my bite rate went like so bad. Like I would do exactly what other people were doing and everything, and I was still having fucking problems. Like I couldn't catch anything. And then as soon as I started this account, like I'm doing fine, you know. But I think the devs fucked my old account over. It's just my theory. I know it's like put a tinfoil hat on theory, but this is the way it felt. Man, they are just tearing up that crank. That's why I like putting this thing on sometimes. Plus, since it's the DP8, there's a good chance of getting a bigger fish on it. That's it, and that's the other like half of the battle is like looking at the weeklies and seeing what baits work, but also knowing what other baits have worked in the past through your own experience. Because yeah, you can run weekly baits, and sometimes those don't do that well either. These Blue Dodger lures that are like the weeklies right now, that have been the weeklies for like the past 2 weeks. These 10s, right? I've had some bad days with those, and I actually ended up having to switch to other baits and actually did better. But don't be fooled. So my thing is like, from my experience, don't be fooled by the idea of like, if it's sunny, you have to use this color. If it's cloudy, you got to use this color. No, whatever's working is what's working, right? Like, because you know they change the migrations and what the fish like every week or whatever. So whatever that is, that's what it is, right? So if it gets cloudy or if it's sunny and shit, you still keep using that lure, because that's the lure that the fish want, no matter what the conditions are. Though that's more of the idea behind that guide that they have on RF4, the RF4 website for spinning. It tells you like during sunny use these colors, during rain use these colors. That's more if you're trying to figure out the weekly, right? I think that's what they put it in there for. But that's what sucks about it, is like you don't even have to go by that, because whatever the fish want, like whatever the lure is and whatever the color of that lure is that those fish are programmed to want, it doesn't matter what the conditions are, right? Because I can use this Blue Dodger through sun, rain, night, and still catch them and have a good catch rate no matter what the conditions are. But that's because that's what they're programmed to like for that week, right? For the weekly. I don't know how these guys figure it out. Like, there's other people in the game that just somehow fucking know right away too, because you'll see when the weeklies reset, you'll see people right away automatically figure out what the new lure is. I don't know how they're doing that. They might be data mining or something. I don't know. Oop, there's another one. But yeah, that's what I've learned. I don't even do. No, it doesn't mean I don't. It doesn't mean that I don't experiment with other lures and stuff. Sometimes I do that too. You know, like I'll look at the old records, and I'll look at other country or other regions records for weekly records. So like USA right now is all DP crank. Where is that? Atlantic salmon. Right, see how all USA is all the blue DP crank? But if I go to Poland, oh, actually, Poland is too. That's weird. That's the first time I've seen that. Wow, everybody's using it now. Usually it's different. Oh yeah, those balsa cranks, man. I need to get my lure making up. Those balsa cranks, man. Yeah, so look, if you look at other countries, sometimes you'll see other lures, and I'll try those sometimes too. Right? Because yeah, that balsa crank, man, I gotta I gotta get one of those. The weekly is per region, but so that to me that's still pretty good. I mean, if you're doing it per region, that still makes a difference, right? I mean, it is per water body per region, right? So. Yeah. Oh, I know what you're saying. You're saying because some of these fish, the weekly, it depends because it'll be like, yeah. See, that's all tungsten. It's all yeah. Sometimes you'll see like the higher level lake, and then maybe one out of the lower level lake that they're all into. But that's rare to see that too. I think the brown trout's like that. Like. Let's see. Brown. Yeah, see how you see Ladoga. So lower Tungsten River, and then you see Balaya, right? So, but the problem is that normally you get bigger browns out of the lower Tungsten River, so you normally just see all Tungsten River lures for it, and not Balaya. What am I at? 51 fish? That's not too bad. Well, Redo expires in 9 minutes. I should have another one on me. Oh, there we go. Oh, it rocketed out of the water. Yep. Yeah, I always buy 2 tickets. When I go out, I always buy 2 tickets. That way, when the time runs out, I just pick the other one. Don't want to be in the middle of catching a big ass fish, and it's like, oh, it's time for you to go back to shore. Like, what? Damn dogs carp fishing. I don't know, man. I always stayed away from bear. I always feel like you just destroy your gear there. Like, unless you have like way better gear. Like, yeah, if you had like 3 Nargas and 3 really good rods to go there with, then yeah, go to fucking bear. But I just, you definitely can't go there with 7.5. The KG reels, you cannot go there with those, because as soon as you hook into something that's 6 kilos or 5, actually 4 kilos and higher, then your drag's getting torn up. Hooked him in the throat. Oh, there he goes. Yeah. The Dodger's getting more hits now. I might have to switch it back over onto the Dodger on the other one too. We'll see. what I like about trolling is like, I hate the fact that you're constantly having to move your boat and be aware like that. But what I do like about it is like messing around with the different lures and seeing what works, what doesn't work, and when you do get the big hits, it's really cool to see that, you know, to watch your rod bend over like crazy and stuff while you're trolling. That's also like a really cool feeling. Versus feeders that it just like, you know, start bending a little bit and moving around. It's like whatever, but here it's like, oh my god, is that a really big one? Oh shit. Oh, this is a better one. This is probably like a 3 or 4. Oh, almost a 4. Oh, I keep moving over too much. What I want to do is try to stay right on this edge. Right on the edge here and go around on the edge right there. I seem to get more bites when I do that than just going up and down in the middle. Because one's in this little 6.5 hole and one's in the 10-meter hole. That's even when when I have a dodger on both sides. Right now I'm really making sure I'm staying in the 10 hole just because I got that DP crank in the middle here. Because it's useless in the 6.5 area. Whoa! Hi! How are you? We'll see. Yeah, there it goes. It loosened up. That's one thing too, is like that first hit doesn't really mean much because a lot of fish do a really big first hit and then after that they let off and they're like, they show how weak they really are. But the bigger fish will do that big hit and then you'll still, whoa! Get up here, dude. Look at that pike, dude. It's so creepy. Oh my god, that's so creepy. Oh, I can't get him up. I can't get him up. I can't get him up. Get, ooh! Oh! 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 Shit! Look at that. 11 kilo. I'm gonna bite your face off. Wow, he did not fight. He did not really fight at all. So that's what I said. Sometimes you get them, they won't fight for shit, and sometimes you'll get like a 6 kilo and it'll fight your ass, you know, fight you hard. I got the weekly record pike. Oh, weekly record, baby. I gotta see if it's at the bottom or the top of the spectrum. I hope it's at the top. All right, we gotta go see if it's the top or the bottom of the weekly record. It's probably I'm gonna be at the bottom. I'm always at the fucking bottom. Where is it at? LMN Pike. Oh, I'm gonna be in the top. I'm gonna be in the top. Getting drug around on my saber by a. Yeah, as I said, you just don't know, man. Like, it's weird. Sometimes the fish, you like I pulled in a 10 or 11 kilo, like he was nothing once. But then I got like a 6K that dragged me across the lake. I was like, what the hell? You know, it's kind of inconsistent. Come on, update. I want to see where I'm at. I think I'm number 2. That's good because I won't lose my spot. Come on, man. Hurry up and fucking update. How big was he? I can tell you right now once I figure out how big he is. 11.052. Oh, I'm third. I'm going to be third. I know I'm going to be third. That's at 11.052. Pike. Yeah, I'll be third. why I said I can't wait to get this conventional reel set up, because even a 20K fish isn't going to be anything. You know, it'll be easy. Because I'll just turn that secondary thing on, and then they won't be able to do nothing. Which is probably going to take longer, because I'm going to have to turn this reel in. It's only going to cost me like 100 something, 200 something silver. Yeah, it's like I got a hold of a 27 kilo catfish in Surrey River yesterday, and when I finally got the catfish up near the boat, it freaked me out because of the way it looked. I was like, "Oh my god," because I didn't know what it was when I was fighting it. Yeah, you'll see when you get up this high and you start catching bigger fish like pike and catfish and stuff. They're so creepy looking, man. Alright, we're at nighttime now. That's so cool, the train coming through. Choo choo! Nah, I ain't worried about that. Yeah, it's us. This is, you know, you're saying to put on dark lures, but this goes back to what I was saying before, that whatever the weekly lure is, whatever the best lure is, it doesn't matter if it's night, rain, whatever. Doesn't matter. You're still gonna catch fish on it. And of course, sometimes some nights can be worse than others. It's not, doesn't mean it. Because of what us aid. What? What does that mean? Because of what us aid? Gibble carp invaded my bear carp spot. Oh, see, look, that blue DP crank just caught something at night. Ooh, a big thing too. See what I'm saying? It does not, like, yeah, like I said, the game says to use dark colors or bright colors when it's cloudy at night or whatever, but it's not even based on that, man. Ooh, look at that, nice 4 kilo. This lure has been like a weekly lure too, and I knew that. That's why I've been using it. Because of what us aid. Because of what you said. Oh, it's a, yeah. Okay, I got you. I'm getting it now. Like, I'm half retarded, man. You just gotta bear with me. That's the Kappa emote, right? Yeah. By the way, you post those on YouTube or just Twitch? Just Twitch. Left minute. I'm face palming over you. Yeah, I'm sure you are. I should put the stream or the chat on there. Is there a way to make the font bigger on this? Pause chat. Huh. Whatever. Oh, got a fish on. Yeah. So, this is something else that I realized recently. So, when I came back to playing this game again, so back in the day when I was playing Hunter, like the Hunter spoons and all that were new. All that was new stuff, and it was doing really, really well back in the day, right? So when I came back, I was using the regular number one Hunter spoons, you know. And I wasn't getting dick at Kiori. I was getting like I wasn't getting anything. I was like, what the hell? Why am I getting such bad? So I kept going through the lures, and I was doing the, you know, what the game says to do, you know. And sunny day, use blue and whatever, right? I was doing all that, and I wasn't getting crap. What I'd figured out was that I needed to go to a smaller lure. So I started buying smaller lures. So that's changed in the game, because in the old days, you didn't need to use smaller versions of that lure to catch fish, right? But as soon as I went to a smaller version of those lures, I was constantly catching fish. So that's something new too that I learned. And even the bigger fish, like I'm using a number one, and the bigger fish weren't even hitting that. Like once I go into the smaller lures, that's when I was catching 5 kilo, 6 kilo, 4 kilo fish. It was crazy. I was just like, what the hell? I was like, all right, whatever. I've always used the longer ones. Saving for a second Alpha 8000 now though. Yeah, I mean if you can get a Narga, the Nargas, so they fucked the Nargas over with the new prices and shit, and they're only doing that because of Yama, because how people are destroying Yama right now with the Nargas. If it wasn't for that, they wouldn't have done that. But the Narga is definitely better. It's I would say pound for pound, it's probably the best reel in its weight class for the 14.5 kilos reels, you know, because it can handle a lot bigger fish better than other reels can. Like an Alpha, a brand new Alpha versus a brand new Narga, there's no similarity there. The Narga outdoes it. But the problem is you're paying another, what, 1,300 silver on top of that for it now? So, I mean, if you're going to do spinners, I would suggest you at least buy one Narga. Right? I would suggest to buy one Narga. Because running 2 alphas, man, I feel like that would be a little rough. That's what's nice about it. When I get a big fish on my Narga, I'm relaxed as shit because I'm like, nah, I'm fine. It's a Narga. That's why when that one fish that I got on the Narga that took off like a bat out of hell and I couldn't do anything to it, I was like, that thing's got to be over 20 kilos or 20 kilo fish, easy, you know, because everything else I get that's 13, 12 or whatever, the fight's not that bad. Like the drag's not constantly being pulled out and I can like lift the fish and fight it properly. Whereas an alpha, I don't get that. The alpha is just like, it feels like I'm using a smaller reel when I'm getting a bigger fish on the alpha. But that's always up there. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's up to you, man. But the Nargas, it's stupid because back I had the chance to like get Nargas back when they were like 2,600 or 2,700 silver. I could have 3 Nargas right now, but I just fucking didn't do it. I only have 1. Well, what kills me about the progression in the game is that like the max, one of the max reels is 32 kg, right? And I never really thought about that before. I was always like, man, yeah, I can't wait to get up and like, you know, then get like 100 kg reel because I didn't know any better. But like, yeah, like the highest reels are like 32, 30, whatever. 34? Is there 34, 36 or something like that? But thinking about that, you're like, well, what the fuck, man? When I get to a 15 kg reel, I'm halfway there now. I'm halfway to the end, you know. But the prices, it's the prices, right? That's what keeps the progression going, is the prices of this stuff. Good morning, M-Dog and all. Oh, DJ Mantis isn't here. Because, I mean, technically, if you think about it, the bait casters and the conventionals, so a conventional reel could be a 27 kilo, but it's probably more like a 40 kilo or a 35 kilo or a 32 kilo or something like that, right? Because they have that gear ratio, and the same thing for bait casters. Bait casters are supposed to be like 5 to 10 kilos heavier than what they are or something like that, because they're supposed to be able to handle heavier weights and all that stuff. Which is why they're more expensive than the spinning reels. But that's the thing, is like, for what I'm trying to do right now, I think I can buy. Can I buy? Yeah, I think I can buy one of the Vanga 32 kilo reels or something like that. I could buy a really expensive reel for that cost of what I'm trying to do now. So it's kind of crazy. I mean, my problem, like, yeah, the rod and reel progressions and stuff are nice, but my problem is the lake progressions, right? I have nowhere to go right now. Like, I can go to Sura and I can go to the other one, but they're kind of garbage because I don't want to run into catfish, right? I want to try and go for Xander, but I can't, because if I do, I have a really good chance of catching a big ass catfish, which happened to me. I caught a 27 kilo catfish, and I don't want to wear my gear. I don't want to wear my gear out, right? So, you know, some people are like, "Oh, that's cool. You caught it." Like, no, man, I don't want that. I want to be able to focus on the fish that I want and not fuck my gear up and make good money. Because that's what's nice about shit, I just lost my train of thought. What was I thinking? Shit. Well, I lost that thought. That thought's gone. Gone in the wind. Woo, goodbye, thought. Oh, it's funny. Didn't realize you get catfish when trolling. I've never got one. Yeah. So when you're using deep stuff in deep holes, you have a chance. You have a better chance. Like that crank that I have on right now, I have a better chance of catching a catfish on that than I would on something else. Like this crank or the Charger Dodger crank that I have on this one, it's a very small chance, which is why I've only caught 2 on it, even though I've grinded this place to hell for the past week or whatever it's been, right? So, but the first catfish I caught on there was only like 3 kilos, and then the second one I caught on there was like 16 kilos, which isn't too bad. I don't mind that as long as I can just pull them out of the water real quick and they don't fuck my drag up, right? That doesn't bother me. But it's when you hook into these 20, 25, 30 kilo catfish, and they just tear up your fucking gear because there's nothing you can do to stop them. Because even trying to lift them out of the water, they're fucking making your drag go. You know, and your rod's like, God, when I caught that 27 kilo, my rod was like bent straight up and down trying to get them out. It was crazy. But that's why I bought these super heavy duty rods to be able to handle that kind of shit. Because I knew there was a possibility of getting into these bigger fish when you put these 14.5 kilo rod or reels on. And I think that's also part of the game that people don't realize is that the size of the fish you catch, I think it really depends on the gear you have, right? I think that you're more likely to catch a bigger fish if you have bigger gear. That's just been my experience. Like, yeah, I've caught like on a 7.5 kg, I've hooked into like 10, 15K carp, right? But like, if I want to get like if I want to get like a 30 kilo carp, I need 14.5 kg setup or something, you know, in order to get the bigger fish to bite. It's weird, and it's not okay. It's not weird. It's good to me. It's a good idea. It's good that if they did it that way, just because think about being a low level player and having like a 7.5, and then you're constantly hooking into like 15, 20 kilo fish on such a small rig. Like, that's not fun for anybody, right? Because you're just constantly getting spooled or getting fucked, right? So I think that's why they did it that way. To a certain point, I'm sure at this point, like this 14.5 kg that I'm at, oh, there he goes. See, on the turn. And they both went on the turn. But yeah, I'm sure that's why they did that. It's just so you don't have a chance of hooking into fucking gigantic fish all the time or something. I mean, granted, I think it's based on the lake you're at, right? Too. I mean, oh, there was, damn. Because if I'm in Mosquito, I'm probably gonna hook into 1 kilo to 5 kilo carp, right? There's a rare chance of getting a hold of a bigger one than that, which I did when I was leveling up. But if you go to a bigger river or a bigger lake that has way bigger carp in it, then you're more likely to hook into a 10 kilo or a 15 kilo or an 8 kilo or something like that. That's what was happening to me at Old Berg for a while there, at the pond at Old Berg. I was using cheese and night crawlers and all that shit because I was going after eels, tench at the bridge there. And then every now and then, man, you get a hold of like a 10 kilo carp, you know, and you're using 5.5 or 7.5 setups. And it's just like, damn, you're just sitting there watching that carp run around in that pond forever. And there's just nothing you can do about it. So let me ask you guys, you guys that are new to the game, that said you're newer to the game, are you guys still telesticking, or you guys actually got rods now? So, because I'm asking you that because doesn't the game, if you are on rod and reel now, doesn't the game play completely different once you get off a tele rod, like the telesticks? Like, doesn't the game feel completely different once you get on a rod and reel and start fishing that way? Damn, dude, this dude beat my red. Aw, that sucks when someone beats your weekly. Here comes the turn. We'll see if we get him on the turn again. Bring it to the thingy. Big turn, big turn, big turn. Oh, a little bit more. Nope, not the turn this time. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna do my jerk. Oh, I can't with that because it's the crank. Try it on. Oh, this one went. There we go. I went after the kits, so I got 3 starter kits to start off, then got 1 pro feeder kit to get bigger fish. Yeah, it's easier to start now. That's true. It's way easier to start now versus the old days of using fucking cane sticks and line to like try to catch all the smallest stuff you possibly could to get upgraded to the 30s and stuff like that. It was crazy. So yeah, it is a better. It is a better starting experience now. But I just feel like when you're using those telesticks, in the beginning of the game, it just feels like it doesn't feel anything like what the real game is. Like when you're actually finally gotten rod and reel and you're doing stuff, like it just feels like that grindy, like limited with the telesticks. That just feels like. Bleh. It feels like a really bad part of the game. Like, yeah, if you level up and later on you want to get like a 7 kg telestick and you want to do all that, that's great and everything. But to make people start that way, I mean, that was. I got rid of telly ASAP. Went to feeder kit as well. The grind to the first Saber 60 was a bit rough in my opinion. Wish I bought something between Lacerti and it. So I went straight into, oops, went way too far. Oh, my right rod went. I went straight into Lacerti's, and then from the Lacerti's I went straight to Protons, and then from Protons I went straight into Narga and then Alpha. I was given, because I streamed a couple times back then. Somebody gave me a 7.5 kilo Pride reel, which was fucking amazing that he gave me that. But yeah, so other than that, it was a grind. I didn't feel like it was that bad of a grind because I was like fishing for brim and all that stuff, and I was having fun. And I think those lower levels, for me. Those lower levels didn't feel that bad. Like I didn't feel grind or anything because I was actually having fun. Because I just started playing the game and I was like learning the game and I was catching fish and I wasn't as worried about gearing, like moving on to the next set of gear, right? That wasn't like my goal. My goal was like just to catch fish and get silver and have fun, like seeing seeing the results of my work. Like, oh man, I figured out, brim in the middle hole out there and catching them, and that to me was like way more fun. But now, being a higher level now, once I got my 7.5 setups and I had all 7, that started feeling grindy because it started feeling like, well, fuck, now I'm at a milestone, right? And the milestone's really big, the milestone's really big because now I'm trying to upgrade to 14.5 kilogram setups, and that's a lot more expensive than going from 5.5 to 7.5s. And that's what it feels like. It feels like as you get better and better gear, it feels more and more grindy because of the gaps. Like you're getting way bigger and bigger gaps between the gear. What's up, Rage? I'd probably be smart if I actually look back at my rods, huh? Just looking for it the whole fucking time. I was so engrossed in like hoping M-Dog wasn't gonna yell at me for like trying to get people in here to help them learn if they wanted to learn. I love teaching people stuff, man. I don't know, it's always been like that for me in life. Like if I could teach somebody something, I love teaching people stuff. I would never want to be a teacher, like not like for a school or something, but oop, there goes that rod. Yeah, if you look at the leaders, yeah, I always use that one, the biggest one. It's the one I always make. And I got tons of fluorocarbon. So, oh, you're hunting cats? Are you in Volkhov at the? Are you here in the deep hole here, the 8 meter hole between the islands over there? Actually, I remember back in the day that it was up here, right above this island, like right in here was a cat spot. Oh, you're in Tuba. I got you. That's another reason I can't wait to hit 26. I was thinking about going up to Tuba and then trolling in Tuba. Man, this has been pretty dead. The bite will probably pick up later in the day. That normally would happen if the bite's low, then it'll pick up later. Never try Volkhov cats, huh? Are you trying to catch big ones? Because if you're trying to catch big ones, there's big motherfuckers here. I wonder, let's see, catfish. Oh, Actuba's got all the biggest ones for USA. So yeah, you're in the right spot then. Yeah, just stay in Tuba. Well, let me see what the, let's see, what's the, oh, no, never mind. So the all-time record comes out of Volkhov. It's 106 kilos for USA. I think the all-time record is 121, comes out of Volkhov. So yeah, the biggest records of all time comes out of Volkhov. Stupid perch, get off my stuff, man. I might throw on that perch color charger. Yeah, because what I've seen people do is go up. They go up to that, above that island right there, and then they stand up and they use that big yellow minnow lure, a jig, and they jig step. That giant minnow, it's that fat ass minnow, that yellow minnow. I don't think I have it. Yeah, it's like the lens huge, but it's the yellow one. There is 200 kg plus cats. Well, they're not on the all-time records. Oh, there's a fish. Now, if you're talking about real life, that's different. Yeah, because what is it? Absolute records. Let's see what the absolute records say. Catfish. I hate catfish, man. If I have the gear, it wouldn't be so. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, the absolute records is 272 kg, and that's at Actuba. Yeah, you're right. Okay, I didn't see that. It's all regions. Let's see what it is for. Wow, USA. Why does USA always seem like we're like slacking behind everybody else? ABC catfish. Yeah, look at that. Because look, America is 100, 100, 100, 100, and then the top one's 218. Feels like Russia's favoring you guys over us. I don't want to say Americans suck at fishing. That's why I'm not going to say that. What the hell's going on with this? All right, Rage, are you using a conventional reel for those catfish? Yeah, that's a little less than I make usually. Static. Hey, what's up, Angel? What is going on, brother? I'm trying to teach people how to not catch fish so I can make more money. Got him right in the throat. I feel like I need to put this DP crank out farther. Let's give it a little bit farther. Oh, I'm way off target. Holy shit, I went way too far. Oh. Cardinal and Ultima. Isn't Cardinal a baitcaster? Right? I'm not sure. I don't know. I can't think off the top of my head what that is. $182K pulled out was only around 65% tension coming up. Holy crap. Yeah, I saw somebody. Whoa! What the hell? Did you see that? Yeah, he's using the conventional. Yeah, that's what I thought. Dude, my rod just fucking got hit hard. There goes another one. Gotta hate that. I hate seeing that because it's a fish actually hitting the lure, but it doesn't get hooked. Throw a little bit farther out. Oh shit, that's pretty far. There we go. No. There we go. I got 78. Oh, there we go. Oh, this is a good fish. Yeah, that's, yep. Yeah, go that way. Don't go out the, don't go the other way. Go that way. I'm just crucial gibber farming till they stop or I get full keep net. Nice, man. I mean, I missed the old mosquito. I had a really good crucian spot there back in the day. Hey, thanks for the follow, Ice. This is gonna be a good fish. He's stuck on that perimeter right there. I think they changed a little bit of it. There is still a hole for them to run out there, way out there, but it seems like, besides that one spot where they run out, they stick to the bridge still. The catfish is 50K plus silver. Yeah, I'm sure it is, man. Do you have any of the weekly records or anything for the catfish yet? Yeah. So on the mosquito, I used to have a really good crucian spot on there. That I used to catch trophies like constantly on night crawlers. But that got taken away pretty quick by the devs. Oh, come on. This is probably another 12 kilo fish. I'm actually like able to pull on him some, so he might be 10. No, no, I spoke too soon. Where you? Hey, thanks for the follow, Angel. Oh yeah, thanks for telling me to drink. Forgot about that. Thanks for the follow, Rage. I always forget that shit, man. The drink, I always forget that because I get so caught up in fighting the fish. Uh-oh. I think my Narga just got a hit. All right, we're gonna chase this guy down. Need to reel this in real quick. I don't do that anymore. I don't leave my other rod out because I've had it happen where I'm doing this and then my other rod goes off with another big ass fish and it goes in the opposite direction. Yeah, I know. Unless it turns red, I don't have to worry about it. Like I said, I finally switched to mono, so I got another 70 meters of line on here. And it's not it's not wearing my stuff out. But I always get all my big fish on this thing now. I haven't had a big fish on my Narga in a while. Tally ho! I'm aware I just said that out loud, like from the little Nicky movie, My Hair is a Flame. Oh, little Nicky movie. I don't know what you're referencing. Sorry. That's probably why it went over my head because I didn't know. Come on, you fat bastard. He ran all the way back over here? Look at this. Just giving himself up. Like, screw it, you can have me. Oh, I don't think I ever watched that. I love Adam Sandler movies. Hey, what's up, Big Worm? Where he shows his butt. Maybe I did watch it a long time. I have to look at that. I'm gonna have to see if it's on Netflix or Hulu and then watch it again. Because I've seen most of his movies. Oh, it goes. I'm trying to pull this big bastard in right now. Hopefully it's another weekly. I got the weekly record for Pike earlier. Little Ricky's a class. I must have seen it then if it's that old. Because I've seen all of his other fucking ones. I even saw Drunk Punch Love, for Christ's sake. And that was one of his not so good movies. Oh yeah, I love Popeyes, man. Wait, what? It's time for Hitler's punishment. Hitler gets a small pineapple from the cabinet, and the devil gets a bigger one. It was like, you can't be serious. Oh. He's taking off on me again. I just hope this isn't a catfish. He's kind of fighting like one. Although he did take off earlier, so that might... It's probably a salmon. Any ass biting? Small ones today, man. I haven't gotten like a... I usually get like a 4 to 6 kilo every now and then. And I haven't even gotten that today. Well, I don't know. Maybe I got a 4 kilo when I first started. I can't remember. But yeah, they're not biting very well right now. Like I usually get them when I'm going after these salmon, so... Stop the boat. Come on, you son bitch. Come on. What are you? I just want to see you. Oh, fuck, I didn't see him. What is that? What the hell? Oh, there he is. It's a salmon. Hey, get back. Stop. No. Son of a bitch. I don't have an ass trophy either. The biggest I caught was six something kilos, and that's not a trophy, so like 656 or 652, whatever the hell it was. I haven't even caught a big eyed yet. I think the biggest eyed I've caught out of here was like 1 point something kilos or 1.2 or 2 kilo or something. Maybe a 3. I might have caught a 3. You think with all the trolling I've done in this place. This is what I hate, man. You get them up like that. These bigger ones, you get them up like that, and then when they run away, they run. Like, they don't just kind of, like, stick around. So then you got to, like, fight them all over again. That's why it's, like, imperative if you get them next to the boat to try and get their head out of the fucking water. But when they're this big, you can't always do that. No, I'm at 29. See? I'm at 29. Trust me. Yeah. I'm at 29. It's because of the size of the line that I use. That's why it's like that. I don't use the line that's rated for the I am not liking it. No. No way, dude. I didn't even lock it when I caught that 27 kilo catfish. Once they tire enough, I can get them out. Like that right there. Oh, he's stuck to the boat. Where's the... Yes! Yep, it's a 10. I called it. I said 10. I said it was going to be a 10 because the way he fucking... All right, nice. My poor alpha. I got to put that in the workshop. God damn. Yeah. Well, at least I switched to mono. I'm not using braid anymore, so at least that. I got that going. Using that braid, man. Oh my god. You get one good fish and need that back at Kiori. Yeah, that's true. 56 fish, 110 silver, 40 silver from cafe. Not a bad mosquito. 110 silver, 40 from the cafe for 56. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good, man. Yeah, I couldn't believe how, cause I remember back in the day getting at least like 200 something silver for like a high amount of brim keep net, and I went here and did the brim spot here at Volkhov when I was getting my reels fixed, and I filled up my keep net to like 85 or something like that, and I only got like 90 fucking silver for all of them. And even though I had some 1 kilos, I had some 2 and some 3 kilos in there. And it was like nothing, man. I was like, what the hell? The prices you get, or the silver cost for brim is like nothing now, man. I just couldn't believe how cheap it was. I was like, man, that is nothing. That's why I think this time, if I put... Well, I'm not going to do my Narga because my Narga is fine right now. So if I put that alpha in there, I might just set up a 7.5 kilo rig and then go to fucking Kiori. Yeah, Brim aren't worth anything anymore, man. It's crazy how much they're not worth shit now. And the old, like here at Volkhov, this used to right here, where the anchor is at H4, this used to be the blue brim spot back in the day with bark beetles. And that spot sucks too now. No, I've never used ground bait when I'm trolling. Oh, I couldn't even, that wouldn't even make sense anyway, because you're tracking predatory fish. So unless you're gonna be able to, unless you're high enough level to put together like a ground mix that has like fish and stuff in it. But yeah, I never tried that. Yeah, because if you went around this hole, you could drop one there, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So like 7 or 8. I don't know. I don't know if that would increase the bite rate or not. I have no idea. I never even thought about that. You can make grandma for predatory at my level. I'm only 22. Well, yeah, it depends on how high your ground bait making skills are. Well, actually, no. Those are level locked. Isn't ground bait? Yeah, the ground bait's still level locked, like the components. Yeah, I don't think ground bait affects spinning either. I've never seen anybody say to do it or heard anybody do it. Yeah. That would be interesting though. You know what they should come out with though? What they should come out with is they should come out with a spray for the lures to give it scent to help increase the bite rate. That would be kind of cool. Like you do in real life, you can spray spray your lure with the scent. That would be kind of cool. Like increase your bite rate by like 5% or something. And then it lasts for like 30 minutes on each lure, and then you got to respray again. That'd be kind of cool. I would do that. Candy WD-40, yeah, that myth. What is that? A WD-40 and you spray like chicken liver or something with it to catch catfish? It was one of them? Yeah. People swear by that shit. Oh yeah, I do it all the time. You're ruining our lakes with that. Stop it. Let's see if we got a hit on the turn. Come on, man. Show it this time. Yeah, I'm not using the Dodger on this side. The Dodger normally gets a hit with that when I'm turning. It might go right after, though. I got to make sure I'm straight here. Way off course. Nope. Damn, that's too bad. I like showing it off when it happens. Is M-Dog still streaming? It'd be feel bad if he's still streaming. Yeah, it's got that stupid twitch anyway. I'm gonna take this off and put the Dodger back on. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Good old Canada WD-40, man. Someone got the Riku Record Siberian Sculpin, 46 grams. That's funny. I got 80 fish in 2 days of fishing. That's not too bad. It's 2 days, right? Let's see. Yeah, 2 days. Yep. Yeah, that's probably 700 something silver right there. Actually, it might be a little higher than that because of the pike that I caught. So when it hits midnight, I'm gonna go back. Actually, not know what I'm gonna do. After this turn, I'm gonna go back up to 8 hole. Shine hole. I don't know what that is. I've never done that. The shine hole. Oh, there goes one. Yeah, as soon as I put that Dodger on. Yep. That's why I did it. I like putting that big DP crank on there sometimes. I don't always do it, but I like doing it, once in a while. Just because I have a chance of getting a bigger fish. I want to, I'm talking about the 20 kg salmon. I want to have a chance at those sometimes. And sometimes it's got a decent bite rate on its own. By the Moonshine Shack back in the day, all the fish converged at that point. Oh. Yeah, I never... Trophy salmon all day, Xander and Burbot. Oh, yeah. Nope, never did that. I was a low level back then. Oh, there's another one. Yeah, see, right before... This is normal. Like, it can start at, like, 1,800 or so. But, yeah, usually just right before dark, you got a really good bite rate here. Same thing like Kiori. I think Kiori gets like that, too, sometimes. Right before dark, a pretty decent bite rate. I'm out. Thanks for the tips. Take it easy. Yeah, see you, Static. Have a good one. Let's do the boat stop, see what happens. No, really? All right. Got a jerk. Oh, right to this one. Oh, hit the wrong button. Nope. Oh, there goes that one. Another pike. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna head up through the 8-meter hole. And then head back and go turn these fish in. Because what I used to do this. I used to come down, turn around, go back up. Hit here, turn around, come back down. And in this little hole here, while I was turning back around, I usually got a hit up in here. Actually, some of my biggest salmon came out of this little spot. One time, I kept just doing circles right here because I kept getting fucking big hits right here. I just kept doing circles right in that little area. It was crazy. All right, you're gonna do something. Come on. 1, 2, 3. Come on, baby. And nope. Try you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, there it goes. Woo, got a good hit too when I did that. See, it works. That's why I do it. Oh shit, I locked it up. Thank God I didn't keep locking it. forgot to bring this back down to 27, that's why. I'll let some more line out on this one. That one was pretty far back when that one hit. And I could just do this, where I look at that and then look at the arrow going that way, but I don't know, I like looking forward. Plus it's fun when you do that and turn around and the rod's bent over. Well, let's try it again. 1, 2, 3. Get back. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, not that time. Oh, first one went though. Nice. Oh. Oh, we think we're tough, huh? This is my Narga, dude. Ha! Just crank that friction up a little bit. You ain't fucking doing nothing. Get out of here. Little 3 kilo. Get out of here. Acting tough. Sometimes the bite's so damn good that you'll throw the lure out as the lure's diving down to get into position. Your rod will go off. It's like crazy. I've had that happen in a 10-meter hole before. Every time I threw it, reel the fish in, throw it, lure's going down, diving down, and bam. It's cool when that stuff happens. Oh, I got a fish when I was doing it. Yeah, that's what I'll do. If it's getting really slow, I'll stop the boat. I'll like back the boat up and then go forward fast and then stop the boat, go back and forward fast, and then I'll go into troll mode. Or I'll do this. I'll start screwing around with the rods. And it does make a difference sometimes. Like, it absolutely does make a difference. Because I think you're getting like speed up and stuff like that on the lures when you do that kind of stuff. All right, Big. Good luck at Yama then. I wish I was high enough level for Yama. All right, so we'll try the boat thing what I just talking about. So back up, full speed forward, and then back up, and then full speed forward, and back up, full speed forward, and then put her into troll mode. Nope, nothing. It's okay. It's no problem. I'm going to go turn in these fish anyway. And this is actually kind of good too. So get it right. So whenever I'm coming back to give my fish up, I always go up through here, and then I go through this little. This is a 6.5 hole. I've actually caught pretty decent sized Atlantic salmon in this little stretch right here too before. So don't let it fool you. You could still pull some decent salmon out of here on the way back. Or catfish. I don't know why. They're usually small though. When I catch catfish in these flat areas and these a little bit shallower areas, I usually get they're small. And when you're going through here, you have a chance of catching decent size eyed and asp too. The bigger asp that I've caught are down by that 10-meter hole though. I think right in here is normally where I get a hold of those big asses, in this between that 10 and 8-meter hole there. As far as eyed goes, yeah, I've seen a video of someone pulling out a really big eyed out of here at a Volkhov, but I've never had the chance. I never even hooked into one that big. Yeah, because there's my statistics. There's that big Kiori chart, my weekly that I caught, my weekly one. And then there's that 27 kilo catfish I caught over at Sura. Record bottom cat. Yeah, this is what I caught this. I was cheesing the bridge at Oberg. That's how I caught that. With 7.5 kilo reels. Experience. Maximum experience. How did this beat my 13K salmon then? Whatever. Most risky catch. Why was it the most risky? Oberg water bait, night crawler. I wonder why that was the most risky. Usually it tells you why. Because it was on Nightcrawler? No. Man, you could tell I spent a lot of time at Oberg. Oberg. Oh, we're not out of the hole yet. Man, everybody's asking about brim. Like all day today, people have been asking about brim spots. I feel bad because like brim is just not worth it anymore. Like you don't get much for them at all. I mean, yeah, if you're catching 1 kilo to 6 kilo brim constantly, like nothing smaller than that, then yeah, I guess it would be too bad. But that's not how it works. You know, you're catching 400, 600 gram, 900 gram brim. That's the problem. Plus, it's also because the devs made them so freaking worth so little, you know? Trying to catch a blue brim's fucking so hard, too. Alright, let's go turn these in and see how much money we're gonna get. Hopefully there's a Pike Cafe. That would be nice. There was a 20 kilogram Atlantic salmon cafe in there, order in there the other day too. Too bad I didn't catch one. So let's go check to see how much the total cost is without the cafe order. So 643, that's actually pretty fucking surprising. I'm really, really surprised that it's that low. And that pike is worth 61 silver. Look at that. 13k, 11k, 12, 10, 4, 5, 4, 4, 4, 3, 4. Wait, why is this above this one? Oh, right, because pike are worth more than salmon are. There's a lot of high, you know, decent sized ones in here. Huh. Wow, that's... Man, that's like 100 less silver than I normally make. Let's see. Nothing, nothing. I didn't even get a 1 kilo hide, man. What the hell? That would have been nice. Wow. That kind of sucks. Ugh. Only 13,000 more silver to go. Let's check out this. Oh my god, I gotta put this alpha into... I gotta... Jesus. Alright. So you're gonna go into the shop. What can we do? So everything looks pretty good. So it's a 2 hour and 15 minute wait. And look how much the spool costs, right? The spool is like, oh, look how little wear it is. Only 0.5 and it's 350, man. Grease is 81. Like, come on, man. Mechanism. How much for both? I might as well repair the fucking mechanism too. 3 hours? What time is it now? Oh, shit. There you go. Well, that's saying it's only 60 minutes is an hour. It's always saying it's an hour and 17 minutes. That doesn't make any sense because every in-game day is an hour. This sucks so bad that you have to be online for this to count. I don't understand the logic behind that at all. Other than just a big fuck you to the players, right? Like that's the only thing that makes me feel like, just like, hey, the players, you can go fuck yourself. All right, this rig's doing fine. Friction brakes doing fine. All this is doing fine. I hate the Beluga Narga because how much it costs to repair. It's like ridiculous. So if I wanted to, and the worst part is that every 10% wear is 1 kilo. So if I want to do this and this and this, oh, that's not too bad. Yeah, but it's 5 days. Like, why? Look how much the spool costs. I don't understand that either. The spool costs $744 to fix at 2.6. Like, what? But yeah, I'm not going to mess with this yet. There's no reason to. Now, the problem with me putting 7.5 on this other rod is as soon as you get a hold of a fish that's big enough, you spend a lot of time chasing them around and you end up losing a lot of silver versus having the two 14 kilo or 14.5 kilo reels where you're just reeling them in. And the only time you're really chasing a fish around is when it's really big. So you don't really lose a lot of silver then. Oh, so should I bottom fish or should I just keep trolling with the smaller one? I feel like trolling's still the better way to go. But then the Narga's going to get worn down more while the Alpha's is being fixed. I guess that's a smart thing because then when one's in the shop, the other one's still being used. Because this used to be an eyed spot over here. Are I decent money? Does anybody know if I'd are decent money? Are I decent money? Let me find out, because if they are, I might go catch some Ide. Let me see. Ide. I had a 3 kilogram Ide for like 10 silver, I think. 10 silver for a 3 kilo? That's high, isn't it? Because that 4 kilo pike was 20 silver, I think. So a 4 kilo Ide is probably 15 silver or 16 silver, so that's not too bad. For a crabfish, that'd be kind of high, I guess. Right. They're using squid and herbs and all kinds of shit. It's a carp, huh? It's a predatory carp? Is Ide or predatory? That's weird. Huh. That's interesting. Let's see. Yeah, that's probably why I got those asps too. I could use a smaller crank. I could just go after pike right now too if I really wanted to. With the Narga. But that means I'd be casting and wearing the Narga out again. Some carp are predators. It eats corn, peas, worms, maggots, and small fish. Nays. Oh, it's nighttime. I can go for eels right now. Oh, never mind. It's fucking daylight. Damn it. I should have gone for eels while I had the chance. Let's see. Yeah. I think I'm better off going after pike right now. I think that's what we're gonna do. Because I don't have a chance of catching a super big. Well, it's about the same. I think it's about the same. Damn you. Yeah, see, and I'm sitting there and I'm wasting time and I'm losing silver. Instead of just going. This stupid chub. I have these cranks too. Terminator. I don't have the shallow terminators. I have the deep terminators. Yeah. Tench. God, I haven't gone after Tench in forever, dude. Tench are probably still a good, decent cost or decent silver now. I would assume Tench are still decent money. All right. Where is? Wait, what? What the fuck? Why is there a reel missing? Sputnik. Where's my other Sputnik? What? Why is this a thing? What the hell did I say? Wow. I don't know what I was doing. All right. All right. And then we will. How's this looking? No. Wow. How are you looking? Oh, you were fixed recently. All right. That's so funny. The one that looks like it's good is actually the worst between the two. So for here, we will put on this. Fiction break. Yeah, it's good. Screw it. We'll see how it goes. I have nothing to lose. Yeah, that sucks. Well, the worst part about it is I'll probably be up for like another hour or two. And then that means tomorrow I still have a whole hour, another hour on top of that to wait for that alpha to be ready. That's just so ridiculous that you get, like, it wouldn't be so bad if you could be offline, right? I'd be like, yeah, that's fine. You wanna make me wait 5 or 6 hours if I gotta be offline, if I can go offline and it still counts, then fine. But just having to be online for it to, ugh. God, might as well shove your fingers in my eyes. Yeah, I knew I wasn't there yet. Okay. Go. Oh, I'm so afraid for this fucking rig. Here's what's stupid about this, right? I bought see this little fucking DP Crank 5? I bought the smallest version of this, right? Just for this setup. For my 7.5, because I was like, yeah, maybe the biggest I'll catch is like a 3 kg salmon or something. Nope. This thing was getting like 10 kg fucking salmon and stuff on it, man. It was pissing me off. It's like, dude, that's the smallest possible lure I can have on there, and yet the big ones are still nailing it. 'Cause that's only a 7.5 kg reel, and I don't want to be catching big ass fish on it all day. Yeah, it's crazy. As an American, it's really weird seeing European fish like a tench. I've never seen a tench personally in real life, but I saw one in a video. I think Mr. Crossseed caught one in real life. And I actually got to see a tench in real life for the first time, and I was just like, wow, that is such a weird looking fucking fish, man. Nice. So I would love that. I would love to sit here and catch something but 2 kilo to like 4 kilo Atlantic salmon all day. Just let me get 100 of those. Fast bite rate. Pay me bang. I'm gonna see if M Dog is still. Oops, wrong one.
light.
Oh yeah, he's still streaming. He's playing Police Simulator. Huh. What happens to 169? The hell does that mean? What are you talking about? For shame? There it goes. Oh, one of those. God, I hate that. When a fish hits it and doesn't get hooked. Oh man. It's like the worst. And I watched that one too. See, I'm defaulting to the wrong thing. I was gonna put my Narga on the outside instead of putting it on the inside. I'm gonna put my Narga on the inside of the hole, just because maybe it's more likely I'm gonna catch a bigger fish while, you know, if it's in the deeper part versus the smaller one being on the outside. But I was gonna do it the opposite way, and I just caught myself. Oh, there goes one. Little pikey. Little pikey. Ugh. I'm actually looking forward to the weekly change. Kind of getting tired of using these Dodgers. Looking forward to them, you know, seeing what the next week's lure is going to be. Although the Dodgers are pretty fucking convenient because they don't dive that deep. So, you know, if you get a weekly where the lures are deep divers, and you really don't have a choice but to stick like into the deep middle sections of the holes, whereas those Dodgers you could drive in and out of the deeper and shallower areas and not really worry about it too much. There we go. Nice little 800. I'm telling you, I guarantee during the stream that little one's gonna get a big fish on it, even though it shouldn't. Come here, man. Little tiny asp. Yeah, I should probably have I would think I'd have a higher bite rate on that smaller lure. And if it, I don't know who was asking about asp earlier, but if you're looking for asp, like big asp, I would suggest going through the 8 and 10 meter hole, but to go into these shallower areas too. So like, go through the 8, then hit this shallow, go through the 10, and then hit this shallow area, and then turn around and come back. If you're really looking for asp, I would keep hitting those not as deep areas as well, and then turning around and then going through those areas again. Because that's where I tend to get the chubs and asps and all that in those areas. Yeah, see, there's another little tiny asp. I don't even know if asps were good money or not, man. I never even really thought about it. I never really, like, paid attention to how good the money is for asp. Going back to the Fisher. Tired of 20-30 minutes of no biteless. Yeah, Fisher's okay. Like, I have that. It's an okay game. I don't know. This just feels more challenging. I can go play the Fisher and sit there and catch a ton of fish like it's no problem. I don't know. This game just feels more rewarding to me. But that's just me. That is just me. But you have a good one, Angel. You have a very good day. The rest of your night, I mean. Have a good day. Woo. I am a little tired right now. Alright, though, I get to sleep in tomorrow. And the next day. And the next day. And I end up in the middle of this hole anyway. They're literally the exact thing to me. The fishing mechanic is the same. I don't enjoy the multiple months I spent in RF4 just to get good because I haven't felt rewarded at all. The only thing I miss from RF4 is the community. Like I said, I just playing both games. I just feel like this one's more rewarding just because it's harder. The Fisher, it's pretty easy, man. I can go there and I can fill up a net pretty quick, depending on or anything, whatever I want to catch. It's pretty simple. I'd say that it's pretty simple. But I mean, it's not a bad game. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I still play it sometimes, but I got back into RF4 again. So, but yeah, I mean, it's a good game. It's a good game. It shows a lot of promise. There's a lot of stuff you could be doing with it. So, who knows? It's, I think it's just him. It's just Wolf working on it too. I think that's the other problem. That game is just inflated harder. The developers want you to spend many days just to repair that Tagara again. Yeah, that's true. No, I agree. But I think it's also harder as in it's harder to find fish sometimes, and it's harder to figure out what they want. Except for the fact that you can look at the weeklies and stuff versus on the Fisher, I could look at the records and then just go anywhere and pretty much catch whatever fish I want. I mean, I don't know. It just, yeah, it's the not inflated, but the how do you say that? I want to say pushed. Like force. It's the force hardness. That's what it is. It's the force hardness that R4 has, right? Because things don't have to be this hard, and we know they don't have to be this hard because a lot of us played back in the day before the giant the bite rate nerf that went through that they did a long time ago, and they denied over and over that they even did it and all that other bullshit. But yeah, we were all there in the days where Kiori, I was making 500 to 800 silver every single day at Kiori, easily without even trying, and that was with 7.5 kilogram setups and shit, right? So, and everybody was having a lot more fun, and people were getting up higher, and it didn't feel like a grind as much, and it was a lot more fun. So, yeah, but I mean, what I like about it is it feels like R4 versus the Fisher. It's more of a do I want to go play a game where I'm going to catch fish pretty frequently, right? Or do I want to play a game that sometimes there might be a lull, like a 10-minute, 20-minute lull, and then whichever one you prefer, right? You know what I mean? Because like in the Fisher, I have good enough gear and everything that I sturgeon fish at Russia, and yeah, I fucking fill up my bag pretty quick with those sterlets. It says sterlets there. I think it's sterlets there at Russia, and then you gotta. The tedious part is that's the problem with the Fisher right now. The tedious part is getting the bait. I mean, it's pretty tedious getting bait, and it used to not be as bad, but Wolf reduced the rates for the bait and some other stuff that he did, and he was on the right track in the beginning of making that game, And he was like, "Oh, I'm not gonna do like microtransactions and all this other stuff." And then he fucking did it anyway. Now you can buy rod sets and stuff in the game, and he kind of went off track. And I get it. He's working by himself and he's trying to make money, but yeah, I mean that. Like I said, that game's got its own charm too. It's got its own charms. I wish the graphics were a little bit different. I don't know why I like the graphics on R4 a little bit better. I'm not sure what it is about it. I don't know. I had fun at there's a French pond there. There's like 3 ponds. He's changed it, but I had a lot of fun filling up my bags full of trout every day there, like trout fishing with shrimp on a bobber. Yeah, shrimp on bobbers for pond trout. I had fun doing that kind of stuff. I think I even have a video on my Twitch channel of that, of me catching those trout. I never, and I mean never, in my 260 hours on Steam and RF4 have I made more than 300 silver in a day, and that took cafe orders too. I'm literally watching your stream while I'm playing a second screen, and I barely see a difference. What do you mean? Between the Fisher and this game? Oh. There's definitely differences, man. There's definitely differences. I don't know. Maybe it's the landscapes. I don't know, but there's definitely differences. Like, especially like the way the rods and reels look to me. Like they're definitely different. And that's to be expected, though. It's not, he made his game. It's not RF4. Oh no, I'm not. Like, I know you're defending the Fisher and stuff, right? I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's different. That's all I'm saying, right? I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying the graphics are bad. They're not bad. They're not terrible or anything. There's just like, I think the biggest thing that bugs me about the Fisher is the water reflections. I think they're over the top. The water reflections are a little over the top for me. That was one thing that I went into the settings and I was trying to mess with it, but the reflections are like overbearing. That's what I mean, overbearing for me. Yeah. Oh shit, here we go. Ooh, this is a good fish. But yeah, but if somebody was like, but if somebody asked me and was like, like what fishing game should I play right now? I would tell them the Fisher would be one of them. God damn it. Stop. Oh. Vic, get your head up. Yeah, there we go. That's only an 8er. Yeah. It's I'm not literally side by side. There's more reflections on Volkhov shores than there is Russia, where I'm currently fishing. Yeah, I don't think Russia's that bad. That French place I fished in, that was really bad. Because the reflections came all the way out where I was fishing, and it was fucking with my eyes. I could fish in Russia not too bad because the reflections are shorter, and the water's the brown water there. So it does, yeah, that's not too bad. I agree. Russia's not too bad. But there's other places that I fished in there where the reflections are like pretty overbearing for me. So much to the point where I went into the settings and I was trying to like get it to be less bearing for me. Remember telling me Poland got updated, and when I first got here for PlayStation, as hell. Yeah, I started playing that game when he first when he first put it out, I've been playing the Fisher since he first put it out, and the fly fishing, yeah, the fly fishing is a lot of fun. It used to be even more fun because the second lake used to be really good for trout, and the fly fishing rod was super good for it. And like you could catch 5 kilo trout, and they were jumping, and like it's a lot of fun, man. There's a few bugs in that game though, especially with the fly fishing rod. If you throw the lure out, or you throw the fly rod or the fly out, you'll be reeling it in, and then the fly will just keep going. Like you'll stop moving, and we're talking about like just on a lake, not a river or anything. There's no water movement, and the lure itself will keep moving along a line because the physics. There's problems with the physics in that game, and he's already addressed it and said that there's problems. Like if you have a really high frame rate, like if your FPS is really high, it starts fucking with the physics. Which that's not as much of a problem now because I don't know about now, but the last time I played, if you put VSync 1 or 2 on, it brought the frames down to 72. But before that, VSync 1 and 2 wasn't working. I was still getting like 130 something frames, and it wasn't coming down. And it was causing issues with like line and rods and stuff. And then the other thing that sucks not about the Fisher, but in the Fisher, there's the boats. Like when you're going full speed, if your frame rates are too high, the boat it doesn't like jerk, but it like stops every now and then. It's like you know, because I posted about it in the forums, and he was like, yeah, if the frames get too high, it fucks with the physics and it does this and that. And I was like, well, VSync isn't bringing the FPS down and stuff like that. So, but it looked like that last time I played that he had got it to bring it down finally. If you, I've seen weird things. If you catch the rod in midair as you go to cast, it hangs in midair. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, at Russia, I caught a humongous catfish in Russia. Way back in that, like in the early days, on what was it? A crab boilie. I was not ready for that shit. But back then, the bigger fish didn't move really well. They weren't the AI wasn't very good at the time. So I basically like had to get in the boat, drive over on top of it, and just kind of sit there and wait until it finally let me pull it up. Because it wasn't like the really big fish in the game at that time were very, very, very slow moving, and they didn't like roll or anything. They kind of shook their head a little bit, but they moved extremely, extremely slow. So, and I don't think it's like that anymore. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not like that because I've seen people. Yeah, so yeah, he's been improving that game. I mean, like I said, I think if he had like 10 or 15 people with him working on that game could become way, way better. I think there's so much stuff that he could add to that to make that game better. Yeah. Yep. But as it is now, it's a decent game. It's a decent game right now. So it's not as grindy as this, that's for sure. Not saying this game is amazing. Just tired of having to grind in RF4. I want to be able to do whatever I want. I can just fish however I want in Fisher. I can just buy whatever bait I want. I don't have to grind an arbitrary skill to just use a bait or a type of fishing. Right? Yeah. Right. No, that's why I said it's not. It's not a. Like I said, it's not as hardcore as RF4 is. Right? I mean, it's what it comes down to. It's easier. Yeah, I mean, I can. Yeah, I could say it's just easier. Like it's not. It's really not that hard to play. It probably gets a lot harder when you're going after way bigger fish. I'm assuming. Because right now everything that I've caught hasn't been on the huge size. You know, I've fished for most things. Um, but yeah, it's a good game. It's a good game. Yeah, watch the 44 kilo shark coming in nearby capsize the guy's boat. Nearly capsize the guy's boat? Damn, man. Yeah, I remember them talking about the sharks in the game. Like, I think at one point, I think the sharks were too tough. They were too hard to catch or something. And Wolf had to, like, I think Wolf had to nerf the sharks a little bit because they were a little too much. Because even people with, like, the super high end gear were having, like, a really, really hard time getting them in. Which people were saying, like, people were telling them, like, it's not bad that it's hard. Like it's not bad that it's super hard. The part is that you're doing all this work and then you're trying to get them in. I can't remember, there was some other stuff that was happening too. So yeah, because the rods that I have now, I can actually catch in that game. I can actually catch pretty big carp and stuff like that. I still have my little trout. I have my trout set up. My 3 trout rods. I have my carp rods. I have my bass fishing rods. Oh, that's what I didn't like about that game. So one of the grudges that I have with the Fisher was the stepping stones, right? So like, basically the maps, right? You start at this one at this level, you go to this one. There's, I feel like there should be a couple more lakes to cover the gaps in levels, or more lakes at a certain level, because when you leave Russia and all them, and then you can go to that French place, there wasn't really any difference. I was like, why the hell am I here, right? It's like all the same species and stuff. Like there really wasn't that much of a difference between the other lakes before that. So it was kind of like, it was like going to the same fish but at a different lake. And I was just kind of like, all right, big whoop. You know what I mean? I felt like that he should have had another lake, probably two more levels after that, because the next lake is like, I don't know, 5 or 10 levels after that before you can move on or something like that to another lake. I can't remember, but it's pretty frustrating because it's like it feels like a grind, because you just want to get, personally I just wanted to get the hell off of that lake because it basically sucked to me. Like I had fun doing the pond trout there, but other than that it was like all the other same shit. And I was just like, why? Why am I sitting here with all the same shit and then pond trout, which I could go do somewhere else? But the pond trout there was actually pretty decent, like, for catching them. And that started to feel like a huge grind going from there, trying to go to the next place. Just experience-wise, not money-wise, experience-wise. So that's, yeah. So that, I mean, that's really, I only have a couple gripes really. So that's why I ended up going back to Russia. I went back to Russia because I was like, well, if I'm gonna grind to go to the next place, then I'm gonna do it at Russia, catching sterlets and making a bunch of money in the meantime. Because I enjoyed catching those sterlets. I actually enjoy that a lot in that one. I enjoy sitting there and catching the oysters or clams in order to make the bait, and then I enjoy actually catching the fish themselves. Just caught a 6 kilo pike love the fight. I just go from each place doing the daily quest, and then I choose a fish and go for it. Doesn't matter what it is. Yeah, that is. You got a point. I forgot about that. That's a really good. That's a very good part of the game is those daily quests that you can do in each place, which does make you want to jump from lake to lake to lake. It's like a daily, right? You're doing like a daily quest is what it's really. Yeah, you said daily quest. Okay, yeah. So that's exactly what it is, and that's nice. That is nice. I do like that. And then the fact that you can look for a species of fish that you want to try to catch for experience or for money, and you get to choose. But the only downside of that is that there might be a whole bunch of fish that you don't want, right, for the experience or the money side, which has happened to me a lot in that, where I'm on a lake and I'm like, man, I really want to go after this fish, and then you look at the quests, and then they're like a whole bunch of shit fish. You know, it's like, dude, I don't want to do with any of this. I don't want any of this. But it's not. I guess it's not really any different in RF4, because in RF4, you know, you go to the cafe and then none of your fish are there to fill an order. Then it's like, well, whatever, right? But yeah, going from lake to lake doing the daily, that is nice. I don't understand why they don't have that in RF4. They should definitely have like a daily for every lake, and just make it some random fish every single day. The dailies in the Fisher though, it's a weight. You know, you got to catch this much weight of fish, and then you complete the daily, which is nice. Like that's even easier. But you think RF4 could do that too? You know, catch a total of 100 kilograms of fish or something. I don't know. And then you get 100 silver or something, right? It does suck. It does suck that cafe orders and then catching the fish themselves are kind of the only ways to make silver in RF4. There could be other avenues, you know. I mean, there's the weeklies and the records, but most people that are doing those are already, that people that are targeting those are already high level, already had the money and had the proper gear to get those weeklies and get those records easily. Or not easily, but to focus on them and have a better chance at getting those records, right? Like I got that weekly today, fishing here, but I'd have a better chance if I was actually targeting that fish and using the right gear with like jerk baits or something and going after the pike and probably catching a bigger pike that way, right? If I had daily quests in RF4 for silver, I'd be happy. Right. Yeah, I totally agree. It would be nice to have dailies for every single place, because at least that way you could actually make some extra silver. On the side, other than just grinding the fuck out of fish and cafe orders. And that's the other thing that's cool. That's the other thing that's cool about the Fisher Online is that you can, those daily quests, it's money, experience, and it's bait. So if you want to get like say salmon roe, right? It'll be like, hey, catch 5 kilo of wild carp or something, right? And then once you catch those carp, they send you 20 salmon roe, right? So I don't understand why that's not in this game either, where you can like trade fish for bait, you know, that you want, or lures or something, right? That would be kind of cool. You could do that too. So that way you're not spending your silver. I mean, technically you're spending your silver because you're giving your fish away for the trade, but they could make it to where like a fish that costs, or a fish that would give you 5 silver can get you a 20 silver lure or something. You know, so that so it doesn't feel like you're getting screwed over on the silver for the fish too, because I mean we do catch a lot of smaller fish too, and is why our is one of the reasons why our silver is so low that we're getting. Is because not every fish is 2 to 10 kilos, right? You know, you're catching 600 gram fish, 800 gram fish, 900 gram fish that aren't worth that much. You know, they're worth like 0.10 silver, right? So. I don't know. You would think that they would make every lake have a fish that's like a preferred fish of that lake, or the fish of the lake, right? That you could do stuff around. You know, like Volkhov, Atlantic salmon could be the fish of the lake. You know, and they'll like every 6 hours they'll change it out, and then it'll be like, yeah, give us a fish that's 15 kilos or bigger, or 12 kilos or bigger, and you'll get a little extra money outside of a cafe order, right? Because that's the fish of the lake or something. Oh, that's on the Narga. And it's at 29. Okay, here we go. Oh, boy, here we go. You know, my pike I just got, same size pike and R4, 20 silver. And the fish are 40 silver. I feel more like the devs of this game doesn't hate me. Yeah, we know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not grindy. It's not grindy like R4 is. As far as money goes, it's not grindy. I think he's focusing more on the experience being grindy, just to increase the longevity of the game. Right, because if he didn't, it'd be real easy to get to like the last map pretty fast. Oh man. So this has got to be a... I'm not going to say this is that big. This is probably a 10 to 13 kg salmon. I'm going to say 10 to 13. If it was bigger than that, it would have hauled ass across the lake already. If it's not as big as 10, I'm going to be pissed. Because if this is like a 6 or a 7, it shouldn't be doing this. Well, I know it's probably a salmon. I'll die laughing if it's a large, different fish. If it's a pike, I'm okay with that because that's more money. I'd be more than happy. If it's an asp, then this is like a trophy asp because I've caught a 6 point whatever kilo asp before, and it fought a little bit like this, but not for very long. Oh, look, my lure right there. It floated up to the surface. I ain't catching shit. I'm gonna laugh if a fish comes up and hits that lure right now. That'd be crazy. Oh yeah, no shit. Thanks, man. Keep forgetting that. I just get so tangled up in just trying to catch the fish. There you go, baby. This is weird. I don't know. This is for some... Oh, what the fuck was that? Alright. Alright. You're gonna... Oh, shit. Get in here. Hurry up. Get in there. There we go. Oh, I'm pulling him. Holy shit. Oh my god, I'm actually... That's funny. I was actually pulling him with the boat there for a second. I said, man, this Narg is awesome, man. People were asking. I said, yeah, if you can buy a Narga right now, you still buy a Narga. Because Nargas are still fucking amazing reels for what they are, what the level they are. And they're really big in Yama right now. Because when I hit 32, that's where I'm going to go. I'm going straight to Yama. People are making 300 to 400 silver a day catching those stupid chum salmon, for Christ's sake. And they're complaining about it. Oh, he's not that big. Oh, and of course you're going to fucking run. Look at that. See what I was talking about? You get their head out of the water, and then they run like crazy. He doesn't look that big. He looks like he's 8 kilos. Yeah, that is not... God damn it! Stop it! You stop it, you naughty salmon. He's 9. See? He shouldn't have been fighting like that. He's only 9 kilos. God, I hate that shit. Oh, okay. Bring this back down to 27. Yeah, I didn't get out on the water right away. 28 fish and whatever time it's been, it's not too bad. Where am I at on here? Yeah, so my Narga's on the inside. Alright, there we go. Jesus Christ. That guy's banging like crazy in there. A good size marker chum salmon is 15 silver. You get a full keep net, that's 1,500 silver. Yeah, I don't know. People were complaining about it because they're trying to catch the other salmon there, and they keep catching a ton of chum salmon instead. And I was like, to me, I was just like, who gives a fuck? If you're making a bunch of money while you're doing it, why do you care? Like, I get it. You want to catch like a weekly or a trophy or something, but I mean, I think it's more of those high-end players that have all the gear already that are complaining because they're trying to catch a trophy. No money, no honey. Is it that level 10 dude asking for stuff again? He asked for. Rude. Oh no, we are not listening to this. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly, Angel. That's why. Yeah, I mean, it's like somebody else said. Every lake has an Arctic char, right? Because Arctic char is it's like this. It's like the Arctic char and Curie, right? They're not worth that much, and you catch a lot of them, right? While you're trying to catch other stuff. Every lake has that. You know, some lakes perch is like fucking, ugh. At least the chum is worth some decent money. Can someone spinner lure please give? Well, it's also too. The other reason they did that was because people figured out right away to use a Narga and some rod, and like just were slaying the shit out of everything there. So they did a couple things. That's why they raised the price on the Nargas and all that bullshit. It's man, it's crazy what they do in this game. Why can't I get your 3 golden reel things that are good? I asked. is it so big thing to give this rookie a lure or line? You do it then. It's one thing to like ask for something, be like, "Hey, can anybody send me this or something like that?" And then just let it go. And if nobody sends you shit, then whatever. But this kid's like begging over and over and over again. I wasn't even talking to you. I was talking to the other guy. Come on. Hate when people do that shit. Ooh, why is it such a big deal to give him something? Like, then you do it. Oh, there we go. Got him on the turn. Nice little 4K. God, I wish I could just catch 3 or 4Ks all day. Ah, that'd be so nice. Egg dough? No way. You get free line and spinning lure at Cottage Pond. That's true. I've never asked for anything in the game ever. It's all been given to me by really nice folks. When I say something like, don't quite have the right bait, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, same here, man. I've never I'm not going to say ever, but normally I don't ever ask for shit. I think there's only been a couple times, like, I was like, hey, does somebody have this one thing? Oh, I asked for, I think the only thing I ever asked for, actually, was that balsa crank the other day. I asked somebody could send me the balsa crank because I can't make the fucking thing. And then they were like, "Oh, if you got the mats," and I was like, I don't have premium, so I can't send them. Because I would have bought the mats to send it to them, which really isn't asking for something then, because I'm giving you the mats and you're making it and sending it back. So, I mean, it's it's basically like buying the lure, right? So yeah, I really haven't asked for anything then in the game. I've always just I've always gotten stuff from people, and then that's why Crust. If you guys notice, Crust in there, I gave him a bunch of shit. A couple weeks ago, I gave him 2 Lacerti setups and and a bunch of bait and shit. Paying it forward, you know, because like I said, I still have that 7.5K Pride reel that I was given and some other stuff. So, I feel like everybody along the line's gotten something from somebody for free, you know, just as a helper out type thing. That's why that's one of the things that's nice about RF4. The community is pretty nice for the most part. Two orders perch. 4-time chum orders in Yama. Holy shit, dude. Hey, if you guys want to make a bunch of fucking money and you can go to Yama, do it right now because there's 4 chum orders in Yama right now. Holy crap. That's crazy, dude. 4 chum orders. Over here in the fisher, just trying to catch 2 1 kg perch. The amount of chum orders is easily filled, man. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If you want to make a bunch of money, go over there right now. His last stream I was in, he caught around 30 to 40 marker chum in less than 20 minutes, man, and was complaining that he could make better money. What the hell is he talking about? Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, again, at a high level, I mean, if he's right, if he has like super high gear, right? Because he can go catch like beluga or something, right? But somebody who hits level 32, I don't know, man. You would think by level 32 you would have higher gear either way. He's level 40, yeah. Oh. No! Not the small rig, please. Oh, okay, it's not too bad. Oh my god, my other rod's down in the water. What the fuck? Oh, that's an eyed. Look at that. 1.6 eyed. Oh, dude, I might have to hurry back and turn it into the cafe order. Oh, this isn't too bad. If I was smart, I'd rush back and turn that Eid in. Because that Eid's probably worth like 10 silver, and the cafe order is like 20 silver. Yeah, the drag wasn't going though. That's why I have it set to 26 drag. If I remember, then I'm like, I shouldn't freak out because I'm like, oh yeah, it's a 26 drag. If that fish was that big, it would be pulling drag right now. Oh man. Pain in the membrane. They have lures like a quarter the size of the fish. Oh my god, he's still begging for lures. Jesus, stop, dude. Yeah, see, this is what I expect to catch on my smaller rig, like a 3 kilo. That's fair. I didn't have no problems with that all day, but that's at 29 now. So if something grabs it and takes off, it's gonna be probably like a 8 or a, what is it, a 5 kilo or bigger, or 6 kilo, one of the two. I'm gonna head back that way, see if I can't turn in that Eid. It's so funny because I got OBS up on my other screen, and like, because I'm watching the stream chat too, but I could see my stream in that on the OBS. So if my rod goes down, I could see it on the other screen. Yep, right there. I just saw that on the other screen. Oh yeah, that's a nice little pike. I'll take that. Yeah, I'm kind of pissed off at myself now because that day, like 2 or 3 days ago, the pike bite rate was like insane. It was insane, dude, and I just did not take advantage of it. I mean, it was here too. The pike, it was like every bite or every other bite was a pike. And sometimes I got like 3 in a row, and then I got a salmon, and then I got a pike, and then I got 2 more pike, and then I got a salmon, and I got 3 more pike. It was crazy. I wish that it was like free money being thrown at me, and I didn't realize it at the time because I thought the Atlantic salmon were worth more. Silly me for thinking that Atlantic salmon are worth more than some shitty pike. It's crazy. When was the last time you saw a side of sand or a side of pike worth fucking like $30 at a store versus Atlantic salmon that is worth that much, right? He needs some of the dragonflies. Oh, you can do 2 accounts on RF4 at the same time now. Because if you have Russian Fishing 4 on Steam and then have the standalone, I don't think they mess with each other. I'm not sure. I haven't messed with that. I was getting quite a few pike on Oldberg at C2. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know the spots here from what because I've screwed around here with pike. That whole shoreline, and then down around the corner over there is some good pike fishing. So I know some spots here already. I don't know. I don't want to put any more wear and tear on my reel than I need to right now. I feel like if I take my Narga over there and I start catching a bunch of pike, that it's gonna wear it down pretty fast. From between the casting and the reeling and all that shit. A little bit better music going on. Oh, I feel sorry for DJ. He gave that kid stuff. Hopefully he just gave him like a small starter kit and like the starter bait kit or something. Nothing crazy. Like, I don't get that, man. If you're gonna sit there and say that he's your buddy, then why don't you pay $3.50 for 1 day premium or 3 days of premium and then send him stuff, right? I did that for Crust. I don't even know Crust, but like he was like, oh, I've spent like 120 hours and he was saying he was working his ass off in the game, so I went and paid $3.50, so I could send him all that stuff, right? Like, don't talk to other people like we're assholes because we're not gonna send him stuff because he's begging in chat for this stuff, right? I guess one thing, if he's like, hey, can I have this? Or can somebody help out or whatever, and nobody responds to him, then fine, whatever. Don't sit there and keep begging over and over and over again for stuff. And then if you're his buddy, then pay the money and send him some stuff, man. You tell me you can't spend $3.50 to help your friend out, but you can sit there and, like, bash people that are, like, telling him to stop begging in the chat, you know, because he's your buddy. Like, shut the hell up, man. I don't like that shit, man. Like, there's a way to do things, you know. It's really it's disrespectful to people that are like